Great, thank you.
Wow.
Up next we have Kate Harris. Come on up, Kate.
It was no more than 90 seconds, but it felt like a world of time. There was an overwhelming musty smell, a heavy scent that clings to your clothes and stays with you as a reminder, an eerie, echoing silence, and a sense of lonely hopelessness. At the bottom of this utility well, the sound of my skull hitting concrete on the way down was echoing in my ears. I could already hear my mom crying on the other end of a phone. My entire support system, minus my husband Keith, felt a world away. As I got to my feet, I definitely wasn't processing anything beyond, get me out of here. So I'm lucky the bundle of wires popping out of boxes at the bottom of the well weren't electrified, since I stood on them to help me reach the outstretched arms from above, trying to rescue me. I'd been on a photo shoot with my business partner / husband Keith, photographing the exterior of a building in fresh snow. I wanted a wider frame, so without looking, I had taken a few steps backwards. Behind me, a 10-foot deep concrete utility well had been accidentally uncovered by a plow. That's 15 feet of distance for my head. Now out of the well, I was lying alone in the snow, waiting to go to the hospital. I knew my life had changed, and that's what filled my mind rather than fear, that and how lost and alone I felt. At that moment, every sign pointed towards doom, but I come from a family of incredibly stubborn women. I like to say I'm the trifecta of stubborn: Italian, New Yorker, and Jewish. We don't take no for an answer. My 20s were spent pushing the boundaries of physical and intellectual standards, achieving the 1% or else. So living on the negative side of lost wasn't an option for me. That said, venturing outside my comfort zone always sucks. But I know it also always results in growth. I found I didn't need to work too hard to get there. One post on Facebook resulted in over 200 supportive replies. People cooked for me, visited while I sat with a blindfold in my post-injury confinement, dropped off chocolate and tea. Keith read me notes and emails since I couldn't focus my eyes, along with taking over the entire workload for our business and driving me to upwards of 15 wellness appointments a week. I was in sensory deprivation for weeks. Not being the type who has ever asked for help, this level of unsolicited support was humbling. I moved here from New York City. I don't have family here. The Seacoast emanated a sense of community which drew me to wanting to live here, but I was still an outsider from away. The love, however, has been overwhelming, and I suddenly realized the Seacoast is my community, my extended family. It had been there all along, and it's what has kept me going. Now, 10 months post-accident, I'm often asked, "Are you better?" Which I genuinely appreciate, and it fills me with warmth knowing that people remember and care. But the truth is, having a traumatic brain injury, or TBI, there really is no typical recovery. Better, for me, means adopting to a new, necessary lifestyle. I no longer play soccer, ride horses, go sledding, have dinner parties, go to concerts, run half marathons, head out on spontaneous adventure sessions. I can't memorize things or really even remember much of anything short term. Poor Keith often feels like Adam Sandler in the movie 50 First Dates. I drive like a 90-year-old, the type that probably shouldn't have a license, which makes Keith a chauffeur on top of his many other roles. I take a multitude of pills every day. I have a rigidly strict diet, a wonderful team of healthcare practitioners, and lots of trial and error. I wear custom earplugs and eyeglasses. I handle life moment to moment, crisis mode, as my therapist says, rather than setting goals and dreams, since I don't know what tomorrow will look like. We did extensive renovations on our house to brain-proof it, and have purged much of our life to achieve a more simplistic existence. I can't always predict what or when symptoms will flare up, like nausea, dizziness, headaches, loss of balance, disorientation, stuttering, complete overwhelm, and fatigue. TBI is a hidden disability, so you wouldn't know any of this just by looking at me, which is both a benefit and a curse. And many days I feel like I'm fighting an invisible battle. But not a day goes by where I don't get constant reminders of my supportive community or go to sleep without a hug. I've had amazing one-on-one conversations of depth and substance with so many of you, which I wouldn't trade for the lively group gatherings of my past life. I'm an active member and founder of a post-concussion TBI support groups of others suffering with this covert disability. I don't need to be in the 1% anymore to feel a sense of worth and accomplishment. My connection to you all overwhelmingly supersedes that. And because of this compassion and connection, I know I will never feel lost at the bottom of a well again. Thank you to everyone here, and thank you to my business partner / husband, chauffeur, nurse, king of patients, #1 fan, and guy who gives me excitement to get out of bed every morning, Keith.
That was magical. Thank you.